For those of you that are just joining us, I'm Angela Brown. I'm the CEO of Savvy Cleaner. And for the last 32 years, I focused on leaving the world a better place by leaving it clean. So I was really excited when I learned that there's a guest that could come on our show today and teach us how to have a happy home. So please help me welcome the happy home specialist, Rebecca West.
Sometimes we do get it wrong. I made some serious errors with paint in my house as I was figuring out my new career, right? Because I experimented on myself, not on my clients. And recognizing that getting things wrong in life is just part of being alive and it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. So you might get rid of something and later go, I wish I'd held on to that and still be okay, right? Still be like, oh, yeah, I did misjudge that. For me, in addition to the permission, it comes to a place of gratitude and generosity. I want to be able to walk through my house and only feel gratitude for the things I own, which means that I can't be holding on to things that make me feel icky. And then I want to be generous and not hold on to things I'm not using because that feels ungenerous to me. Like, oh, I'm holding on to this. Why? When somebody else could make really good use of it. We're moving to Paris and we're selling everything. And this is
Wow.
really hard for me because I love my stuff. Like I'm really intentional about what's in my house. We're holding on to our treasured mementos, our scrapbooks, the things that are irreplaceable, but I'm letting go of everything and it's because I want to start off this new chapter of my life from a place of generosity rather than fear.
So will you sell your things? Will you give them away? You're taking just the bare minimum? What are you doing?
Combination. So we're going to be putting everything into 3 piles. There's going to be the pile of if we stay in Europe long term, we'd ship this stuff to ourselves. Because right now it's a 2-year plan for how long we'll live there, and then we don't know. Then there'll be the pile of if we bail and come back in 2 months, we want this stuff accessible. And then there's the pile of everything we're letting go. And so we found somebody who just bought a house and they're buying almost all of our furniture because they are going from a 1-bedroom house to an 8-bedroom house.
Oh,
And they're
wow.
like, we need stuff. And then I'm doing a house cooling instead of a house warming. And we're going to have all of our friends come over and have them take some of the mementos that we don't want to keep, but that we don't want to just drop off at Goodwill. We'd like somebody to have given them a new story.
I love that. So what happens if you decide to move and you said you have a bail option where you decide to come back? What would be the circumstance? Would it be job related? Would it be family related? You just get homesick?
Well, so it's coming a little bit from a place of fear for me. I was in the Peace Corps when I got out of college, and I lived in Nicaragua, and it wasn't a great fit for me. It was not a great experience. So the one time that I have been an expat on my own was not a roaring success. The circumstances this time are completely different. I have an amazing partner, life partner, travel partner. I have a career that has meaning because I'm a business coach to other interior designers. So I don't think we're gonna bail, but I know now that you don't know when you do something this big in your life, you don't know the outcome, and so I'm just trying to give myself permission, like we were talking about earlier. I mean, I can't control the outcome anyway. So, like, be more open to what's coming. It's just too big of a change in my life to know what's on the other side of it.
What happens if you go to Europe and you decide being over there that this is a new chapter of your life, and instead of bringing all of the elements from your old life, that you just completely start over and you say, "Hey, wow, that's what they have here, and this is the decor for this area, and I'm going to start over again. I'm going to do something new and start fresh because it is a fresh start." But starting over fresh instead of bringing all of the stuff that you used to have overseas with you and then pay a fortune to ship and
Yeah, especially because I have been learning about shipping, and apparently it's very expensive and fraught with challenges.
I've gone on a lot of trips and I travel like 6 vacations a year. I'm really fortunate and I like to go all over the world. And when I get to other places of the world, I always ask myself this question. If I were to stay here right now with the stuff that I have with me right now, could I survive? And my answer is always yes. Because I always take 2 laptops with me and I've got my online business with me. Yeah, I could make it work. So are you gonna like die without all your stuff? Like, how connected are we to our stuff? And I think being in the house with all the stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, I feel like I'm at home. But I've been in other cities and other places where I totally felt at home, and I'm like, I think I could do this.
Yeah, and it reminds me a little bit of your story with your husband and, the permission aspect of once we're away from our stuff, we do not feel nearly as attached to our stuff. So it's only the letting go, honestly, that's hard. And then once you do, it's sort of like if you pay a bill, after you pay the bill, it doesn't hurt anymore. Paying the bill hurts a lot. And, I do believe in fresh starts, and it may come from the fact that I grew up military. I like wiping the slate clean and getting a chance to completely reinvent myself. After my divorce, I chose my own last name. It's not a family name or anything. West was my own invention. I like these opportunities to think, who am I going to be in this next chapter? I like to reinvent my wardrobe. So shopping at Goodwill is my favorite thing because I can totally start from scratch without paying new prices. So yeah, I actually want to embrace exactly what you're describing. Let's start from scratch. And I think that's important because our homes get a vote as well, right? The geography of where our home is affects what should be in them or what feels right in them, what colors they're going to be. And living in Europe, it's all about small spaces, and we're treading steps that have been walked by people over hundreds of years. It's a completely different culture. And so I don't want to bring my American habits and my American lifestyle to Paris completely. I do want some of the comforts of home because we are all about comfort and convenience in America. But I also really want to experience smaller living, daily shopping. They don't have big American fridges, they don't have big American sized appliances. You are much more living in the moment there with your daily and weekly grocery shopping and things like that. And I'm not going to be going to Costco and stocking up on 6 months of toilet paper and cat litter, which means that I'm going to be hauling cat litter up 6 flights of stairs. Working out, I won't need a home gym because there's 6 flights of stairs between the street and my apartment. So, yeah, I don't want to just transplant my American experience. I want to find out how to adapt myself and learn from a European experience in this case.
Oh man, I'm so sad our time is up, but you guys get on the email, send Rebecca your comments and with your design coaching session, Rebecca at seriouslyhappy.com.